Hello my dear health seekers, Inga from Health Origins here and welcome to week 8 meal prep for weight loss show. So today I haven't got much time to meal prep, so I'm going to be doing just some basics. I'm going to be making my lemon hummus. I'm going to be making an Oriental Stir Fry to go with different dishes. And I'm going to be making one new recipe, which is French onion soup. So let's begin. So I've got my wok preheating. I've got it on stir fry function and it heats up really fast, so you want to have all your vegetables ready to go. So yeah, so this is actually quite good. So I'm gonna start. So the beauty of this stir fry, this Oriental stir fry, is that you pretty much can use any veggies you've got and you want to use up. So we'll start with the Holy Trinity. I've got some carrots, some celery and some onion chopped up. So we'll start with those because they need the most frying. So I'll give them a couple of minutes first, and then I've got my stock here. If it starts sticking and I need to deglaze, so you can either use just water or stock. In fact, this is roasting juices with a bit of water. So my carrots and parsnips were slow roasting in the tin, and there was a little bit of flavorful liquid left after that. So I've diluted it with a bit of water, and that is my stock. So you could use normal vegetable stock or just water to deglaze if it starts sticking. So now that the vegetables have fried a bit, I'm gonna be adding a fennel. So I've got a fennel bulb that I wanted to use up, so I've shredded it finely, and I'm gonna be adding that to stir fry as well. So the fennel has fried for a couple of minutes now. I'm going to be adding some green beans. So I had some green beans to use up, so I've chopped them up a little bit, adding them. And now I'm going to add ginger in as well. I've got about a tablespoon of ginger, so that's about 5 centimeters piece of ginger grated. I'm going to add that in. So ginger, garlic and soy sauce is what's going to give this kind of an oriental twist, if you like. So I'm just going to mix that in. And if you do like your spices, you can also add some chili powder to this, perhaps more towards the end. And then also at the same time I'm going to add pointed pepper. So this is orange and yellow pointed pepper that I wanted to use up as well. So I'm just going to mix those in and let these fry for another couple of minutes or so. And I also have some more carrots, but made into ribbons. So I'm going to add these as well. I like adding carrots in this kind of form to stir fries. I think it just cooks through better, adds interesting texture to it as well. So it's been another couple of minutes. The vegetables have fried a little bit, and I'm adding now probably 2/3 of a courgette I've got that I've thinly sliced, and also I have a bok choy to use up. So I'm using that. So basically, like I said, whatever kind of veggies you've got, you want to use up, you can use here in this dish. So I'm going to put a lid for a few minutes and let it sweat. So as you can see, the vegetables have released quite a bit of their juices. Now I'm going to add some garlic, so the 4 cloves of garlic, crushed garlic, and let that cook for a little bit. You really want it frying. This is almost a bit too much liquid actually for this garlic. I'm just gonna mix it in. And now I'll be adding a few tablespoons of soy sauce. So that obviously gives that oriental taste and also the umami taste as well as the saltiness. And then mix that through. And let it kind of infuse and cook for another 2-3 minutes until it dries out a little bit more and the garlic and the soy sauce have a chance to infuse. So this is complete now. I've let it cook for another couple of minutes, and you don't want it to dry it out too much because you want some moisture left there for kind of the sauciness. And actually hoisin sauce would be a great addition here. When we put meals together through the week, we might add some of this on, say, noodles, and then add a bit of a hoisin sauce as well to warm it through. Yeah, so this is such a versatile topping to have on any grain, to have on pasta, on noodles. Yeah, it's so great to use up. Stir fries are amazing to use up any kind of produce you've got in the fridge that you need to use up. Even cabbage would work here. So yeah, so use up your veg and make this kind of oriental tasting topper for anything. And now on to taste testing the Oriental Stir Fry. I just thought actually another lovely addition to this would be some miso paste. So if you diluted some miso paste perhaps in a vegetable stock or just water and added that, that would also work really well. So let's have a little taste test. Yummy. Such a kind of orientally and simple topper that will work on any kind of grain, like I said, or rice or noodles, pasta. It's really nice, and you could also add some sweet chili sauce, would be a great addition, or hoisin sauce would go really well too. French onion soup. So I've got my induction hob preheating a pot, and I'm gonna do a water droplet test. Yes, it's ready. So when the water droplets rolling around, it means it's reached the non-stick phase. So this is a stainless steel pot. This is my Zepter pot, amazing pot. I'll link for you below where you can get your own. This is such a highly insulated, good quality pot. I definitely recommend it. So I've got 4 large onions that I've sliced thinly, and I'm adding to the pot. So give it a little mix. And I'm going to reduce it a little bit because we don't want the onions to start burning, because it's quite high heat. So I've just reduced it a little bit. So we've got 4 large onions sliced thinly. Then there's 5 cloves of garlic, which I've sliced as well. So cut up. Then we've got 2 bay leaves, and we've got a couple of sprigs of thyme here as well. So I'm gonna just mix that up, and we've got a generous couple of pinches of salt and a bit of black pepper, By the way, the recipe I'm using is from the site called Not Like Mama. So check this out. And I'm gonna link to her site below as well. But this is where I got the recipe and the inspiration. So basically, now what we need to do, we need to let this fry for 25 minutes. So the onions need to really cook through well. And when it starts ticking, I'll just add a couple of tablespoons of water in here so it doesn't burn to the bottom, and just keep on frying. The onions have cooked for 25 minutes. So now, in the original recipe, the lady uses port wine, so a cup of port wine. However, we don't drink, so we don't have, you know, wines or port wine. So I'm just adding a cup of red grape juice, so natural squeezed grape juice, because it's got like that sweetness, that richness. But if you didn't have port wine, for example, you could just use a normal dry wine and add a bit of, you could use also Madeira wine as well, actually, or you could use any dry wine with some couple of tablespoons maybe of sugar added. So basically what we need to do, we need to get this to simmer and let it simmer until all the liquid pretty much evaporates. Obviously with the wine, because it's got alcohol, it will happen a bit quicker than with this. We'll see, we'll let it, you know, evaporate a little bit, and then we'll continue with the recipe. However, while this is doing that, we're gonna take a bowl and gonna take, this is just over a quarter of a cup of brown miso. Original recipe uses half a cup of white miso, so I'm going to put that in a recipe below, but you know me, if I don't have something, I'll substitute it. So I've only got brown miso, and that's all that's left over, actually, just over a quarter of a cup, so I'm going to use all of that. What you need to do before adding it to soups and stews, you want to kind of dilute your miso a little bit, and so add just a little bit of water to dilute it, and I like using a whisk for this, because if you put miso like this in the whole pot of soup, it'll not, you know, you'll find hard to actually distribute it evenly in the soup. It'll be in lumps, so you always want to kind of dilute your miso in a little amount of water, almost like making a slurry. You know how you make a slurry with starches, for example. So this is kind of something pretty similar, but for a slightly different reason. So there you go, this is nice and smooth, the miso now. So this is ready to be added. So what we're also going to need, we're going to need a litre of water, and obviously this mixture. So we're going to add all of that after a little bit of that grape juice and that liquid evaporated from the soup, and we'll take out the bay leaves as well, and the sprigs of thyme too. So the liquid pretty much evaporated. So what I want to do now, I want to fish out the bay leaves and also the sprigs of thyme. One time we'll have to do the behind the scenes, guys, for you. You would be surprised.
Wouldn't they just?
There you go. Now I have to tell you that Mark is blowing all the smoke, well, all the steam away from the camera, guys. I need to invest into some kind of blowy offy contraption so I can film more above the pot for you. Right.
This is how Inga's videos look so good. It's all because of me.
So yes, so that's all removed now, all the bay leaves and the sprigs of thyme, and then I'm gonna be adding the miso. So the miso liquid, and then a litre of water, or just a little bit less because I've been using this water to deglaze the pan for the onions. So add that. Actually, I might not add all of it. Let's see, because I don't want it too thin either. Let's just do a little quick taste test of the saltiness. Actually, this is just perfect. So I probably left about nearly a cup of water there, because maybe next time I'll use bigger onions still to have a little bit more of an onion. But yeah, so now I just need to get that back up to simmer, and simmer for 2-3 minutes, and the French onion soup will be done. I nearly forgot, another big ingredient is nutritional yeast. In the original recipe, the lady put 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, but I've put double that amount, so it's 4 tablespoons, because I like nutritional yeast and I think it'll add lovely flavor to this. So the soup has started bubbling, I've switched it off, and I'm gonna ladle it and we're gonna taste test it. Looks good. There's not a lot of it, so I think if I like the taste, next time I'll definitely double the recipe, because it's just probably 1.5 meal for the 2 of us. So that's looking good. Taste testing the French onion soup. Like I said, this is the first time I've ever made it, so I don't even know what it's supposed to taste like, what to expect, but let's hope it's really nice. This is fantastic. Oh my goodness, gotta try a little bit more. Wow, there's the sweetness, the savoriness, can taste a little bit of miso coming through, but the onions, oh my goodness, this is such a delicious soup. And in the original recipe, the lady was saying that you need to put some cashew cheese on a couple of slices of bread, and kind of broil that, well, what's the word, grill it, yeah, so grill it or broil it in the oven, so that the cheese kind of gets a little bit browned, and then you place it actually in the soup to soak up, not obviously cheese down but cheese up, and just put the slices of toast on your soup and let it soak in, and then you eat it. So I was quite intrigued, so I might try that when I actually go to eat it properly. But yeah, this is a thumbs up for me, guys. This is the complete meal prep. So we've got the French onion soup here, which we'll be having with some nice, probably crusty bread. Then I've got the hummus that I made. I'm gonna link, this is lemon hummus, I'm gonna link for you in the description below and in the card above. Then I've got some leftover chickpeas from making hummus, which I'll be adding to different recipes. Then I've got some slow roasted beetroots ready here to be had with our beloved kale salads. So I'll link to that recipe for you below as well. It's a really easy assembly just on the night, so as long as you've got some roasted beetroots, then you can, you know, put this, and some tahini, you can put this fairly quickly together on the night. Then I've got some roasted carrots and parsnips, so I'll probably whip up a quick curry as well one night. And then I've got some rice to go with either the curry, or I'll do a quick actually spinach, chickpea, peanut butter stew, so I'm going to link to that below as well, and that's delicious with, obviously, with rice. And you probably noticed that I'm missing the stir fry, the vegetable oriental stir fry that I made, because we actually have finished it over a couple of meals today, so I can't put it in the shot, but I'll put the photograph of it there for you. Yeah. So this is the lot. Week 8 meal prep for weight loss is complete. I hope you enjoyed the recipes. I hope you're gonna give them a try. Let me know which one was your favorite down in the comments below, and as well which other recipes you would like to see on the channel. I would love to make them for you. And as always, remember, food is fuel, so be mindful what you put in your body. Until next time.